So I thought for my first video on this channel, I would just kind of go over what's going on with the cars, what type of builds I got going on, what I got done to them as far as performance, cosmetic, and interior things, so you guys kind of get a better idea of what's going on with them. So I'm going to start with my Golf. I got a 2019 Mark 7.5 6-speed manual Volkswagen Golf GTI. So I'll start with the cosmetic things that I've done to the car. So far, what I've got done is I got the silver V-Land 7.5 sequential headlights. It came with the halogen headlights, and I didn't really think they went very good on the car, so I decided to get the V-Land ones. I also got this full carbon fiber front grille that I just installed, and I think that was also a really good addition to my car. I also cut out the bottom grille so I can have an exposed intercooler, and basically I just wrapped over the plastic with gloss black. And if you can see, all the other plastic pieces are also gloss black, so the entire bumper and all of its plastics are wrapped in gloss black. Moving over, we got some carbon fiber mirror caps. Thought that would have been a really good addition. That was the first piece of carbon I got for the car. Also matched it with some clear sequential turning signals. Right now I'm on the stock wheels. It's winter time and it gets really snowy, and I sold my summer pair last summer, and I decided to just stick with the stocks for now until it gets to a little bit of a warmer temp, so I don't mess any of the rims up. So I'm kind of fine with beating the crap out of these and for the meantime. So my next mod was a rear windshield wiper delete. I didn't really mind getting rid of that feature because I thought it just made the back of the car look a little bit more sleek. I also got these exhaust tips, which I'll go over in a little bit when we go over the performance mods. I also blacked out the reflectors on the bottom right here on both sides. And I also blacked out the brake light right here. I just put some 5% tint over it. I thought it made it look a little bit more put together. I was trying to get the least amount of red. I would have liked to put clear reflectors up there, but I haven't found any, so I'm just kind of going with the blacked out look for now. So now I just kind of want to go over all the interior mods that I've done in my car so far. So the first thing that I did was I reupholstered this with the plaid that are on my seats. I thought that was a little good touch just to kind of make things a little bit more flashy in here. I got a Cobra 480, I believe. It does the job, but it's not really that great of a radar. I just kind of bought it, so I kind of had one. I'm looking at getting a Uniden R7. I've heard those are really good. I also matched these trim pieces, gloss black, to match the piano black that's everywhere on the interior. I also have a BFI shift knob. I think this is a really, really good shift knob. I love it. It's weighted. Feels really good going through the gears. I like it a lot more than the stock one. Stock one was pretty cool with the golf ball, though. I do really like that one. And I installed eel lighting around the shift knob just to have a little bit more pop. I also have a Diesel Geek short throw shifter I actually really like it. I've heard really iffy things about getting short throw shifters for these cars, but it makes it a lot easier to just kind of throw it in gear whenever you're like trying to do a pull or whatever. And I don't know, paired with the weighted shift knob, it makes it just like a breeze to just kind of toss it into gear. And you can fully adjust how long or short the throw you want, so it's like fully adjustable. I recommend it. I also have 5% tint all the way around. Besides my windshield, I did not do anything on the windshield. I was thinking about doing 35, but I was undecided. Besides that, I don't really have too much else going on in the interior so far. There are a couple things that I do want to do, like I want to get a new steering wheel. That's definitely something that I would consider in the future. But besides that, I'm pretty happy with the interior that I have right now. Okay, so this is the part that I'm going to go probably the most in depth with, just so I can kind of explain the mods that I've done and why kind of I did them. So to start off with, I have a K&N drop-in air intake in the stock airbox. I've heard that the stock airbox is really good with a drop-in filter, and I'm not big turboed yet. Yet is a very key word. So I decided to keep the stock airbox until I do decide to get a new turbo after I figure out which one I'm going to go with. So for now, that's what I got going on with my air intake. CTS inlet pipe. This was just a cheap mod. I think kind of all the silicone inlets are the same thing. This one was just one that I decided to pick up. And I also have a CTS inlet elbow. Another really good mod. I got a lot of turbo noise from that and whatnot. I think the elbow is another one of those mods that just kind of all the brands are mostly the same. So I just decided to go with CTS. I also have a CTS front mount intercooler. Great mod, love it, works amazing. Turbo stays cold, cold temps are good. Love that. I think it looks great. I think the exposed looks really good. 10 out of 10 recommend that if you're not pushing anything that's too crazy power wise. I also have done APR coil packs, and I also have 1 step colder brisk spark plugs under them. That's just kind of a really good mod for anyone that really is modding this car. You really should get those done probably ASAP, and I would recommend probably doing the spark plugs like every 10K or so. Those tend to go a little bit quicker. And I also have, can't really see it, but I have AFE charge pipes, both of them, that lead to the intercooler. And I also have an oversized turbo muffler delete. I believe the size is a 2.75. So it sounds pretty wicked. I'll put a sound clip up so you guys kind of get an idea of what that sounds like with this intake setup. It sounds really good in my opinion. So for suspension, I am running BC coilovers with Swift springs on them. Another mod I absolutely cannot complain about. They've done me really good. This is kind of my fitment for the front. That's my fitment for the back. I can't really soften them much more because it will scrape. I actually don't scrape on much. The clearance on it isn't really that bad. Some speed bumps are a little bit of a problem, but nothing too severe. They also came with sway links for the front, so I'm running the BC ones for that too. I love them. I got those brand new. They were a really good mod. They were really easy to install. I recommend them if you're kind of going a little bit more budget friendly instead of KW, but the KW coilovers are definitely like top tier for coils you can get for this car. Now for the exhaust. I got a 3-inch catless downpipe mixed in with kind of a Frankenstein exhaust. It's a full 3-inch system going out. It's all stainless steel, no resonator. If we go to the back, I can show you that the only thing we got are these two mufflers right here, which are just off-brand mufflers that we welded to some 3-inch piping, and I have them coming out to these 4-inch quad tips. I thought that was just a good little extra to the exhaust. I always really liked the way that the quad tips looked on the Golf R, so I just kind of wanted to bring it to my car. I don't really know how I feel about them. Originally, I wanted to do RS3 tips, but I just kind of settled with the quad tips for now. But I actually am planning on getting a different exhaust setup pretty soon. So maybe I will do the RS3 tips to see how that works. And I'm also planning on getting a new diffuser. So we'll see if we can kind of fit that with the exhaust tip size and the outlet to have them come out. But it's going to take a little tweaking to kind of get that looking right. So that might take a little bit. But as far as my Golf goes, that is about it. This is my 2007 Porsche 987 Cayman S, 6-speed manual, 3.4 liter, naturally aspirated, flat 6, rear wheel drive. All right, so I'll start with cosmetic things. So far, it's pretty bare bone stock as far as cosmetic things go. The only thing that I think you can maybe debate whether it's a cosmetic thing is I got these exhaust tips with the catback that I have on the car, and it makes that look a lot more aggressive from behind. And I also have new chrome-plated Cayman S badging coming for this pretty soon, so I'll have that done too. I also have 5% tint all the way around, obviously besides the windshield because I'm not trying to crash into a tree. But as far as cosmetic things, that's honestly about it. There are a couple more things that I plan on doing. I want to get new rims. I want to get some new headlights. I want to get some new tail lights. That's a big one. As far as that, the rest of it's kind of up in the air on what I am trying to go for with this car. So I don't know, stay tuned. We'll see what we can do. Definitely getting new headlights, definitely getting new taillights soon too. And as far as the interior goes, it is also pretty bare bones stock, not gonna lie. The only thing that you can maybe say is a mod is the tint that I have. Like I said, 5% all the way around. It's a comfortable, you can still see out the window, so that's good. I do want to get a new shift boot, and I definitely want to get an infotainment screen that has a backup camera so I can obviously just make it more modern, I guess you can say. Want to get some Alcantara. Definitely want to get a new steering wheel. That's something I've been meaning to do. Probably going to order that sometime fairly soon, so stay tuned for that. Haven't decided whether I want to go with like full Alcantara or some carbon fiber, maybe like one of the shift lights on top. That'd be pretty cool. I don't know. As far as that, I kind of want to keep it pretty bare bones because I do really like the interior and I don't want to like tweak with too many things in here. So I don't know if you guys can tell by now, but I don't really have too much done to this car yet. I did get it not too long ago, only a couple months ago. So I do have a couple performance things done to this car. Actually, it's what I mostly have done to this car. So the first thing I have done is stainless steel braided brake lines because I heard that was an amazing mod to do, and I do plan on taking this car to the track. And I heard that the brake lines were a little bit weak stock, and I heard that the stainless steel ones are like flawless. So I ended up getting those, tossing those on. Weren't too big of a deal. It was a little tricky, like doing all the connections and whatnot, but that was a pretty big mod. I'd say that was the first thing I did to the car. The next thing is I got a drop-in high-flow air filter. I don't really know how much it did, to be honest. I maybe got like a little bit more intake noise, but to be honest with you, I didn't really notice too much. Maybe better throttle response, who knows? And finally, the biggest thing I've done to this car was a catback. I got a sole catback, stock headers. So far, that's one thing that I plan on doing pretty soon too. But for now, I got the sole catback. It sounds really good. I'd like it to be a little bit more louder. I'll toss up a sound clip. Headers is a big plan. I also do want to do a little flash tune. I also plan on doing like a little air intake with the IDB plenum with the GT3 throttle body. Heard that was a great mod. I heard that opens it up a lot more with throttle response and whatnot. So that's kind of what I have planned for this car in the future. But for now, pretty stock. So that's pretty much it for the cars right now. I plan on doing a lot more. This year's going to be huge. I actually plan on getting a third car sometime by the end of this year to do a pretty big build on. So stay tuned for that. I really want to keep doing more cosmetic things. I said I was going to start transforming the front of this car, and I definitely have started. But there are a couple more things that I have planned for this. I got a lot more performance things coming for this car, some cosmetic things, but just stay tuned. I have a lot planned for this year, and these cars are not even going to look the same by the end of the year. I'm really excited to keep modding them out, and I hope you guys really enjoy all this content that I'm putting out. I hope you guys stay tuned. Thanks for watching.